Hi everyone! I thought I would do a video on meal prep. I have had quite a few people asking suggestions on meal prep, what I do for meal prep, to kind of give them some tips or what they can just do in general for meal prepping to kind of help this process be a little bit easier. Meal prepping is probably the number one thing that you should get down pat or slowly get used to. Meal prepping is never kind of set in stone of what you're doing. It may change week to week. It all depends on what you like, what you're getting used to, what you want to be ready for you, just for easy meals, something to quickly pick up if you're feeling snacky, or to make it easier for work week, for lunches, dinner, whatnot. So I thought I would kind of go over what I do since it is Sunday. Sunday is my meal prep day. So I always start my weekend off with a weekly planner, which I write out my dinners for the week. Now they are labeled per days, but it's not set in stone that I'm going to be eating that dinner that day, but at least for the week I know what dinners I'm doing, and then I write down my grocery list, and Saturdays I go out grocery shopping to have everything ready. And then Sundays I do my meal prep, which I actually only physically prep snacks and breakfast, because my lunches I find we have leftovers from dinner. And dinners, I just write out my meals. We're not one to eat food that's in the fridge more than one day. So we just plan what our meals are going to be. But for breakfasts, I always boil 5 eggs. I was actually boiling 7 when I first started, but I found that having 5 was enough for me through the week. My husband doesn't normally eat boiled eggs, so it was only me eating them. So, and again, kind of play around with what you're going to be making. You'll get used to it week by week to see what works for you. My meal prep might not work for other people. It might work for some. So whatever you want to eat, try to do your meal prep around that. Having hard-boiled eggs, I find it works for me because, and I actually was somebody that would never boil eggs in advance. I was always worried what they were going to taste like, if they were going to change color. I've had eggs in my fridge before for probably a week and a half, and when you warm them up in the microwave for, I'd say 12 seconds, 13 seconds, it's just like a fresh hard-boiled egg. I do use these for easy breakfasts. Also, I will use them for egg salad sandwich to top on top of salads. So I just like to have 5 in the fridge. I'm not somebody that will eat the exact same breakfast every day. So I have done a couple different things to have ready for my meal prep, but boiled eggs is always my number one. So 5 hard-boiled eggs I do. That's for the week, and I do leave the shells on, and then each morning or when I use them, I just warm them up for 10 to 12 seconds, or I keep them cold. I also make for breakfast is a blueberry baked oatmeal, which I divide up into 8 portions. So the oatmeal actually lasts me 2 weeks, because like I said, I don't eat the same thing every single morning. So this baked oatmeal, I do portion to 8 portions, and 2 weeks, and it's still fresh. 2 weeks. I wouldn't go past that. I never have gone past that, but a week and a half, 2 weeks, I've kept it in the fridge and it's been fine. So baked oatmeal, which I actually will do a recipe video of later on, because a lot of people have asked me about my baked oatmeal. It actually was a recipe that I found on Connect. So it is WW friendly. The actual original recipe had an apple topping, which I found was too high in points for baked oatmeal, so I eliminated that and just added my fruit right into the oatmeal. So it yeah, that recipe will be coming, so watch for that recipe. And another big thing, which I find I have to have, otherwise I will fail through the week, I need to cut up my veggies. So I cut up 6 containers worth of veggies. I cut up peppers, mushrooms, I'll put cherry tomatoes in there. My husband likes broccoli, so I also do containers of broccoli for his lunches. And I also do celery. I'm the only one that eats celery, so I just have a big container of it always in the fridge. And that is something that I go to anytime that I feel I'm snacky, or if I want it to accompany my meal. Breakfast, I'll usually have a hard-boiled egg with some bell peppers and maybe a cheese or something. Also, they're already cut up, so if you want to make a stir fry, they're there ready to be used, or if you need to add them for spaghetti sauce or whatnot, they're already pre-cut, pre-washed. Everything's there ready for you to use, so it makes even full meals simpler if this is just cut up. But the cutting up my veggies is my saving grace through the week, because I have to snack on veggies. Otherwise, I will go to a cookie or some kind of garbage snack. So those are my number one things that I will do. And I also always make sure that I have lots of fruit on hand, lots of veggies, spaghetti squash, acorn squash. Grapes are my big fruit that I snack on at nighttime now instead of chips. So that is one thing. It is helping me on the carbs, but it does not, they are high in sugar. So I'm trying to find another fruit that I might like better. Apples I'm starting to lean more towards. Another tip that I find helps for me is cutting up my fruit. So pears or apples, also oranges, I'll always make sure that either I cut them up or just have slices either at a meal or for snacking, because if I have a fruit in a whole, I find it doesn't fill me as much as eating slices of fruit, because it takes longer to eat. So kind of tricking your mind that you're fuller. But yeah, so slicing up my fruit, having grapes is good because they are smaller, so it takes longer to eat them. Also having another chip that we do have at night if we want a chip is lentils. I'm a huge fan of lentils. I find them at the superstore right now, and there's a ton of different flavors. Actually, I should grab the bag for you. Sorry, lentils and popcorners. Popcorners is a good one right now too. Sea salt popcorners. I believe they're 35 chips. Yep, for 4 points it works out to be. So I find snacking on something that is pieces fills me up faster, or satisfies me more, I guess I would say. But for meal prep itself, mainly it's my veggies being cut up. Having fruit on hand, having other veggies on hand, writing out what dinners that I'm going to have through the week. Lunches, again, for my husband's, I throw in the containers of veggies for him with his lunch, but his lunches are usually leftovers of dinner from the night before, so which we have planned out. A lot of people have asked me where I've gotten my meal planner, so I will include the link below with where I found it, and it is printable, so you can just print it off each week and write out your own meal plan if you wanted to. And again, the baked oatmeal I will do a recipe on shortly for you. I have quite a few recipes that I'm trying to do. Actually, I'm working on a recipe today of also actually chickpeas, which I'm loading that video up today as well. But those are another snack that my husband will take in his lunch. So that's another part of my meal prep, is doing that in advance and then portioning it out. So yeah, any kind of snacks or breakfasts is what I really meal prep. If anybody else has any questions regarding this, any suggestions of what you do, because everybody's meal prep is different. What works for you might also work for me. So by all means, I'm always looking for new ideas to incorporate in our meal planning. So if you have any other tips for meal planning, if you already are, by all means post it in the comments. And or if you do have any questions, as well as any recipes you'd like to see or suggestions for my videos, by all means put them in the comments and I will respond. If you do like my video, by all means like my video and subscribe. And if you wanted to be notified of when I'm posting up new videos, just tap on the bell and you'll be alerted whenever I'm posting up new videos. So by all means, share my videos. Sharing is caring. So yeah, I will be posting up a few more videos in the next couple days. If not tonight, I might post up a couple. So you'll be seeing me soon. Thank you.